Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show how to create a nice countdown timer using only HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Before we get started though, if you are new to this channel, on this channel I post new videos every single day designed to make you a better web developer so that you can earn more money and improve the quality of your life. If that is something you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon so that you won't miss any new videos. With that out of the way, let's get straight to the coding. So I have an empty folder on my desktop, as you can see, and I opened it in my text editor, which in my case it's brackets. I'm going to create a index.html file, a style.css, a main.js, and I'm also going to create an img folder for the background image. And I'm going to grab this image and place it in the img folder. Alright, now let's start with the markup. Go to index.html, give a title of countdown. Let's link our style.css, and let's link our main.js too. So script src main.js. Okay, now let's create a div with a class of content on h1 and put limited offer. Below it we're gonna create a div with an ID of countdown, and below that we're going to put our button, so an a tag with a class of btn, and let's say get started. Okay, this is it for the markup. It's pretty simple. Now let's go to our style.css. First let's open the file in the browsers, see what it looks like. Okay, it looks pretty horrible. Let's give it some nice styling. First, some general rules. Margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing border box. Now for the body, give it a font family of Arial and sans serif. Let's give it the background. So URL, img, height 100 view height ports, background repeat, no repeat, background size cover, background position center. Alright, that should be it. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, but it's way too bright. Let's give it a linear gradient to make it darker. So put a comma, linear gradient, RGBA, give it a nice black color with a little opacity, 0.6, and the same goes for here, 0.6. Let's see. Okay, now it's darker. Let's see. So let's select the content div, the div of the class of content. Text transform, make it uppercase. Color, let's give it that nice red, D30000. Font size, give it 80 pixels. Now the font weight, I'm gonna set it to 500. Give it a margin bottom of 20 pixels. Letter spacing 8 pixels, and the word spacing 10 pixels. And you know what, guys, this should have been the h1, so I'm gonna put content h1, and above that I'm gonna style the content and the content div and give it a position of absolute so that we can center it, and say top 50%, left 50%, and transform, translate -50%, -50%, and that will center it. Alright, that should be it. Let's take a look. Okay, as you can see, it's starting to look pretty nice. Now let's style the button. Okay, let's give it some spacing. So content.btn, display inline block, text decoration, we remove the underline, none, color white, font size, give it 30 pixels, padding 20 pixels top and bottom, 60 pixels left and right, background we're gonna give it that same red, so D3 and 4 zeros. Border radius to give it some nice rounded corners, 5 pixels. Margin top of 40 pixels. Text transform, make it uppercase as well. And that should be it for now. Let's take a look. Okay, it looks pretty nice. You know what we should do? We should put on the content display flex, and if you take a look, now it's moved them horizontally, so let's give it a flex direction column so we can have them right. Flex direction, align items center, and justify content center. Okay, now it looks better. Let's give it a nice hover effect to this button. So content.btn hover. So background, let's see, a darker red, A5 and 4 zeros, and give it a transition background 0.5 seconds just to make it a little smoother. Okay, as you can see, it works. That should be about it. Now we're gonna need to move to our main.js file and create the timer. Okay, let's first test it. So alert, hey, to see if our file works. As you can see, it does. Alright, now let's create a variable, and we're gonna use let countdown date equals new date, and let's say December 31st 2019. Okay, and get time, which will give us all the seconds up to this date from January 1st 1970, I believe. Alright, now let countdown function. We're gonna use the set interval. I'm gonna pass a function, and now we're gonna create a variable now, which will give us and use new date dot get time, which will give us all the seconds from January 1st 1970 till now. Another variable called distance, and we're gonna set it to countdown date minus now to get that difference. And now let's create the days equals math.floor, just to make it an integer, distance slash, and create the dates. 1000 milliseconds times 60 times 60 again, and times 24. Alright, that's it for the days. Now the hours. Let hours equals math.floor. I'll put it another parenthesis, distance, use the percent, and put 1000 times 60 times 60 times 24, and we're gonna divide this by 1000 times 60 times 60, and that will give us the hours. Now for the minutes, the same thing, floor distance times, not times, percent, 1000 times 60 times 60, and slash 1000 times 60. Okay, and for the seconds, equals math.floor distance percent, 1000 times 60 and divided by 1000. Okay, that's it. Now we're just gonna introduce it to the DOM. So document.getElementById, select that div with the idea of countdown, and inner.html equals, and we're gonna use this backticks, which is on the keyboard to the left of 1, the number 1 on the top left, below the escape button. And let's see, use the $, and put our variable days. And now for the hours. minutes, minutes, and seconds, seconds. And now let's see if the time has expired. So if distance is more than 0, we're gonna clear the interval, countdown function, pass it in, and we're gonna place to the DOM in the same container countdown .inner.html. Let's say offer has expired. Okay, and we're gonna put 1000 milliseconds, which means it will iterate every second, just as we wanted. Alright, we should be all set. Let's check it out. For some reason it doesn't work. Okay, let's take a look. Hours is not defined. Okay, right, we should have put, oh, that was pretty easy. Now let's refresh. The styling, as you can see, it's working, but it's not styled very good. Let's go back to the style.css and make it look nicer. So go to the style.css, select the div with the ID of countdown, and give it that red color, so D3 and 4 zeros. Font size 50 pixels, text align center. Alright, and as you can see, it works perfectly. As of today, there are 20, well, it is March 14th, 2019. There's a lot of time till the new year. And if we were to change the date to 2018, so it has already passed, you'll see that it says the offer has expired. But I'm gonna leave it to 2019. As you can see, our countdown is finished. Pretty simple. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that like button. Leave a comment below, tell me what you think or what you would like to see next. Share this video with your friends, it will help me out tremendously. And if you enjoy my content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon. I upload new videos every single day, so you don't want to miss any of them. Anyway, that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Take care.